This is the review of Bremer's chicken fajita skillet by way of Aldi. I've already reviewed the steak one, but this time I'm going to review the chicken fajita. The only difference being that it's chicken instead of steak. You got your onions and peppers and this fajita seasoning. And I'm going to put salsa and Mexican style cheese on some of the fajitas. But what I'm going to do first is take a straight up taste test of the chicken, the onions, the peppers, and the tortilla. I'm going to keep the tortilla in the microwave for about 50 seconds. I did a minute last time for the tortillas, but after a while I did get a little tough and rubbery as everything cooled down. As I got toward the final three fajitas. But yeah, in terms of the chicken and vegetables and seasoning, I'm going to put it in the frying pan, 10 to 12 minutes. Just like I did with the steak ones. Inside the bag, we can see the tortillas. I'll warm those up in the microwave. I can smell the peppers and onions. Now, where's the seasoning packet? Okay, here's the seasoning packet. Cool. Smells good. Even though the steak one smelled a little bit better, even though I don't think there was any extra seasoning much on the steak, but I don't know, maybe it's just me. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the frying pan and go from there. Okay, I have everything in the frying pan, and I'm gonna cook it over this medium-high heat for about 12 minutes. Mix it around a little bit, and I'll do it covered. Cook it covered. And then we'll plate it after 12 minutes and try it out. Okay, well, I put the tortillas in for 50 seconds. It's about to finish up. Last time I did it 60 with the steak. And we're gonna see how it comes out with 50 seconds. 50 seconds seems good because it's warm. It's still warm in the middle, so. It's a little cool right there, but it'll work itself out. You just don't want to overheat because it'll get probably more tough than you wanted. But I think I did a good job. Middle on a couple of them are a little cool, but these things are warm otherwise, and the warmth from the outside will spread to the middle and throughout the other tortillas by the time I make the fajitas, and the fajita heat is going to warm it up. So I just wanted to knock the frost off, and it's definitely warm on the outside, so I'm good to go. 50 seconds was a good time, and it should be. But I'll let you know as I eat into it if it's tough or not. Okay, I had the fajitas in the pan for about 12 minutes. Everything looks cooked up, seasoned well. It smells pretty much the same as the steak ones because the seasonings are the same. So I expect the chicken to be obviously more tender than the steak. And we'll see how it tastes and we'll go from there. I'm going to go ahead and make up the fajitas now. Okay, so we have the chicken fajitas plated. Everything looks good. I put the cheese and salsa on this one. Cheese and salsa on these over here. As we know, the Mexican style cheese that I used in the steak fajita review. And the same salsa. All by way of Aldi's. And this is the chunky salsa medium by way of Aldi's. Guac and salsa chips and salsa. So let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, Iceberg Jim, back at y'all. Bremer. Chicken fajita. Looks good. Cheese and salsa on these fajitas. And it's another review. Salsa and guacamole chips and salsa. This should be good. Okay. We have the fajitas. right here. Fajita, veggies, and the chicken. Look forward to getting into this. Tortilla feels good. We'll see how this goes. 50 seconds for the tortilla works really well. Obviously, the chicken is more tender. Let me take an individual piece of chicken. Now, obviously, it's covered in the seasoning. Same chicken they use in that Alfredo skillet. If you're familiar with Bremer's and Aldi's. And obviously, the seasoning makes the chicken flavorful. It's regular old plain chicken, but super tender. Okay. The steak seems to be a little bit more flavorful, but with the chicken, you get that tender meat. Now, obviously, the chicken meat doesn't look like the package with the grill marks on it, but it's still decent sized chicken and fajita vegetables. From a pure tenderness standpoint, the chicken fajita skillet hands down. Flavor in terms of meat, obviously a slight edge to the steak. I mean, if you had frozen food and frozen burritos, any stuff like that, the steak one tends to be of high quality and it's going to be more flavorful in that regard. Chicken, these frozen things, hey, it's whatever. It's just going to be a vessel for the seasoning of whatever else you have. So yeah, I'm happy with this tenderness. And I guess I could always add my own extra seasoning to it if need be. And that's what I did with these other with these other fajitas when I added the cheese and salsa. I'm gonna try one of those right now. Cheese and salsa really sets it off. You know, add your whatever kind of seasoning you want. Since we know the chicken is not gonna have much flavor as the steak, we just have this tenderness with the meat. It's definitely a bonus. It's very faint hint of chicken flavor, if you will, but you know that is what that is. I wish they had extra seasoning on chicken itself, but you know, hey, it's not bad. You know, I enjoy this. And I feel most people, especially they want to add extra salsa and cheese and stuff, may as well get the chicken, especially for if you're gonna especially if it's not just you and it's other people or even kids or something that's just tender and easy to get through. The chicken will work. Steak a little bit more flavorful, but I'm not sure if it's really worth the trade off for for most people and most families. Let me take another chicken piece. Obviously has seasoning on it. So yeah, chicken is just a vegetable. It's just in there, a vessel for the, as you say, the fajita vegetables and the seasoning and the flavoring. But yeah, the steak, in my opinion, is the more flavorful version. Chicken, like I said in the steak video, chicken, I know that's gonna be the more tender version, and it's gonna be good for a lot of people. And maybe you just add your own seasoning in it and hook it up even more. Who knows? But yeah, I prefer the taste of the steak one. I appreciate the tenderness of the chicken one, but personally for me, and if I'm eating as an individual steak, or if you're with other folks that would prefer, maybe other folks, grown folks, yeah, go ahead. You probably get away with the steak, even though it'll be a little bit more of a chew to it. And I'm sure the average kid will probably go along with the chicken once it's just more tender, and you can always add more flavor to it as you wish. But yeah, the steak one's more flavorful. Chicken one's cool. It's not, and it's something I would get. I just have to add a little, try to get some more seasoning to it somehow. Who knows? But yeah, I prefer the steak one over the chicken one. But I see where they come from with that chicken one. It's just meat. It's a vessel for the flavor. So yeah, ask me to pick. I do pick the steak ones over these chicken ones, but hey, you should definitely try it out. See what works for you. See what flavor combination works. See what you need to add to it to make it real tasty. $4.99, same as the steak one before taxes. Try it. Hook it up. Add your own flavor to your own seasoning to it, and see how it go. It could definitely be a quick meal, especially for people that ain't gonna be too picky and like enjoy flavors. And I think you do all right. Just something real quick, especially if you just for a solo dolo kind of thing. Hey, eat it. Put kind of cheeses, salsa. Put that in there. Eat it. You'll be good, happy, and full. So yeah, that's the verdict. Chicken good, very tender. Flavor slight below the steak. And for me, I just work here. I just go ahead with the steak one. Tortillas don't need that full 1 minute 30 seconds, especially for 1100 watts microwave oven. 50 seconds did good for me. It's a little cool in the center, but once you add the fajita, meats, vegetables, and seasoning, it'll warm up and you'll be good. So yeah, that's my take. That's my review. That's what it is. Iceberg Jim out. Deuces.